on, Foxy. It's your birthday. Not for real, just for play. This is Cree Summer, and Moana Nui will be right back.
Hello everyone, welcome to Moana Nui Podcast. We are here at Dreamhack Atlanta. Today we have 3D Dojo Studios. So can you introduce yourself and tell the audience about 3D Dojo Studios?
Oh yeah, absolutely. My name is Leroy Jones. I am the founder of 3D Dojo Studios. 3D Dojo was founded back in 2020 to help battle discriminatory things in the industry, where I created my own community where I pushed and trained folks to work into a studio setting, thus the birth of 3D Dojo Studios and an upcoming project, The Paperboy. Now, at that point, I had a dream of being Asheville's first black-owned game studio owner, mainly because they made me feel at home, so much at home over there, and even at times they made me feel like I wasn't even racially different. And plus, they did accept me and all my thugnificence, you feel me? But with that being my ambition and my awesome wife Tamara being my motivation, we decided to create a game on Steam called The Paperboy, and that's pretty much what we have right here today. We're also a third-party art house where we supply services for games, film, and for some reason we've been getting a lot of constructional offers. And then as a special thing for Asheville, they wanted us to help get folks engaged into technology, is where we develop our own 3D design courses where we teach game development and 3D design.
Very nice. So can you tell us of the synopsis behind Paperboy?
So it's actually pretty interesting because when I was making the Paperboy, I was thinking about what game I want to make, something that's not going to be too hard, and also something that I can keep it very community-based so that everybody can find some type of attachment to it. So for me, I was fortunate enough in my neighborhood to have an actual Paperboy, and everybody in the neighborhood was at their agreements. We all hated him. Like, we all hated that guy. Like, he just threw the mail wherever he wanted to throw it at. It's like, it was no catching him anyway, because he was on a bike. So he just threw the mail, it could hit a vase, hit a glass, he didn't care. And for some odd reason, he always, every time it rained, he always threw it in the dang grass. Like, I just wanted to, but I could never catch him, he's on a bike. But, so I was like, you know what, why not make a game about him? So as I was developing the game, I started thinking about like little bits and pieces I can do to kind of mix it up a little bit, because I'm a big comedy guy and I love schemes and like little plot twists. So when people look at the Paperboy, they automatically assume that you're just gonna ride a bike, loaf mail over your head, and hopefully hit a mailbox and life is good. Wrong, not in this one. This is actually a survival game
Okay.
where the game is very fast paced and it's designed to test your reaction time and your accuracy. So if you do not hit like the safe zone in this case, what we call it in the game development world, if you hit like the mailbox or the door like the silver Paperboy would do, as soon as you miss it and damage any piece of property, a neighborhood watch will come chase you. And we have that allowed us to have 4 main enemies, which our enemies is first one is Rage Nerd, the second one is Karen, because I mean, let's be real, what's pressure without Karen today? And the third one is like our Rico Suave guy, which is like Roller Dude. He's like that guy you see on the beach with his chest hairs out we make fun of. That's that guy. With the Bob Ross shirt, 100%. And then the last one is the very famous OG Granny, and people just radiate to her. But the game is actually has 3 main characters, Dion, Brittany, and Tyler, and they have a very interesting story that ties them all together. And then with all that, we had a very, very nice, really good game at this point. And seeing everybody's reaction to it is it's mind-blowing to me.
Yes, awesome. So you also mentioned about having 3D design courses. Yes. What inspired you to offer that to the community in Asheville?
So for me, I see that it's a very lapse in understanding technology. let alone getting into tech, getting into the 3D space, getting anything that's heavily involved with computers. I find that a few interesting things, because for us, when we was coming up, computer for us was more promoted as a information hub. For the other generation, it was more promoted as life. Like, you had to put your life on it, everything that you do, it needs to be documented and basically social. But when it comes to the design part, the program part, we're just at a lapse of it. And that's all. And that brings to another part, is that a lot of folks don't have a lot of money right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And me, I come from property. I've been on my own since 13. It's a battle. So I understand what it looks like on the other side of the bridge. So I feel like with this advanced technology, it's trying to break your pockets. So for me, I wanted to make sure I tackle that. So I designed 2 specific courses, which is the fundamentals of 3D modeling, to get you to understand the entire basis of 3D modeling in general, so you can use any software that you're gonna use. Because you'll find that every software is the same, it's just the terminology is different. But then that has this more focus on game development. Then as I was learning, I have a big science background. I love anatomy. So I actually opened up a different course, which is the character design course. So, which we have slides for, which is all over here. We also have a banner too if you want me to step over there. So this is our character design course right here. You can scan that as you like. Fundamentals of 3D modeling, which is here as you like. The interesting thing about the character design course is that a lot of folks love characters, like, because it makes you feel like you're in Hollywood. So when everybody opts into it, I'll be like, hey, I gotta teach you anatomy. Now like, oh, whoa, I didn't sign up for that. But I get a real good passion for it. I actually charge $150 a month because I feel like, again, I want it to be affordable for you. And also I do help out with people when I provide a lot of the software for you. So $150 a month that's $1,800 a year. Versus if you go to any place like a college or something like that, any low-end college is gonna charge you around what, 32, 35? Who got that just to give out? So now it's gonna go up to 52. And then in this industry, names matter. So now you gotta go to the big boys. So now that's what, 75, 80? That means fast food won't even cover you. Yeah. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And especially for me, especially for people like me, people that look like me as well, we don't have that type of income in order to be able to fund that. But we do have the hardware. So if I can help guide you, your success is my happiness. And that's why that branch right there is a complete passion project.
Very nice. Now, especially as you talked about, getting connected to technology, and your courses is available for 7 up to adults. How are you inspiring the youth in the community to want to connect, especially children of color, because we're not as there's not many of us in the technology world, and how through your through your company, getting more children to be part of learning about 3D design.
Got you. So it's actually enough. It's from 7, and the oldest, because it says adult, but the oldest is actually a 62. Wow. So the age range is very big. And how I get them engaged in is one of the things that I've learned about life is about messaging and image. A lot of us, for people of color and people like myself, they don't see that there's another option for them. You know what I'm saying? It's like a superhero. We don't have many superheroes neither. And you need to have superheroes so you can have something to attach to, something to believe in. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I'm from the hood, and I still talk that goulash. And I do that on purpose because I want you to see that I'm from the hood. You're lucky I lost my goals, I would have had you. But I want you to see that on purpose, because just because we look a certain way doesn't mean we have to act a certain way. Yes. And just because somebody puts a stigma on us doesn't mean that we have to show that it is true. So seeing that I am in this same position will help inspire you. Because like I said, I've been on my own since a young person, and it's not easy. So to get to where I am right now, I'm very proud of. So that's why what I do is I promote that heavily. I go into specific schools, I go into the neighborhoods, I go into the hood, because I mean, again, that's where I'm from, so I'm cool there, you know what I'm saying? Yes. But yet, it helps inspire them to see that, so there is another option there. There is another way. And that's why, in this year, I made it my personal business that I wanted to make sure I go as public as I can to show you, hey, this is what I'm doing. Because as an educational and history for you, right now, even in the gaming industry right now is at a 4% contribute rate for people of color. Now, that just went up this year. For the past 15 years, it's been 2%. And you know what I'm saying? That's us as a whole.
Yes.
So now, if I were to break that down through sex, men and women, that number dwindles.
Yes.
And then now, look, I stand before you as a black studio owner. So that means I'm like, what, an alien on Pluto? And Pluto not a planet no more. You know what I'm saying? So seeing that option, even when people walk around me right now, they're surprised, like, yo, this is real. And I want to make that presence, because we also can branch out into other things and stuff for the same thing we always see. Rap, music, there's other things we can do that's tangible to the world, and that we can make our market. And that's my mission, and that's how I inspire the youth. And this is the thing, these are my steps and how I get there.
Awesome.
And so far it's been pretty good.
Yes, awesome. So for those that are watching, how can they connect to your studio and also support your game also?
Well, publicity is always going to be the best thing for this dojo, because a lot of folks doesn't know that the courses and the game is an option. So if you can wishlist our game, it's on Steam right now. You can add a wishlist in 2 ways. You can go on Steam and type in the Paperboy, that is DA Paperboy. Also too, we have our card here where you can scan that as well. And you can also find it on our website, which is 3ddojostudios.com. I repeat, that is 3ddojostudios.com, studios with an S. You can also find the courses on there. You can find the game, the wish list. It also has a link to send it right there to you as well. And as an awesome bonus to connect with me personally is I did build, and I said in the beginning, I did build my own community. And the community is on Discord. That's the bulk of the community. There's a link on our homepage that says join the community. You can join the Discord from there. I'm there all the time, talking with folks, interacting with folks, making workshops, giving out art challenges to keep you inspired to be creatives in general. And another way you can find us is through our social. Our social is 3D Dojo. That's it, just 3D Dojo. And that's for Instagram and YouTube. And if you want to sign up for the courses, as complete as a form right on our website. Once you go to our website, which again, 3D Dojo Studios, check out the mentorship tab, and then you can fill out a form right there.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. And then I'm going to get some footage of me playing the Paperboy for all of y'all to kind of see me playing it myself. So stay tuned, and then we're going to go ahead and go right to that.
Score. That's what's going to happen. I want to see she going to get on our map.
Hey, I'm going to try my best. All right, everyone. I am getting ready to experience the Paperboy. All right.
All right, so let's click the game controls right at the bottom right.
Like, where's mouse?
There you go.
There you are. Okay.
Okay. So are you familiar with PC gaming? So
very little.
Very little. Okay.
I'm a console girl, but
totally fine.
Okay, so W is to move forward.
Yeah. So A, S, W, D are the typical console movement buttons. So you want to position your 3 fingers, one on W, like your middle finger on W, and then one on A and D. Perfect. You got it. So that's your typical moving forward with W, S is back, left and right with A and D. Okay. And then in the game, you have 3 things that you can pick up. You can pick up a sugar boost, a glue, or marbles. Glue and marbles, when you drop them, it slows down the enemy behind you. And then sugar boost, when you pick it up and when you drop that, it'll speed you up. Okay. The last thing on this page is just there's a ramp in the game. So if you ever go on a ramp, you actually use the 1, 2, 3 up here. Oh, up there, okay. And when you're on the ramp, if you hit 1, 2, or 3, then it'll hit different tricks and then you'll gain like thousands of points. Okay. So that's just like an extra way to gain points in the game. Okay. So the same way that you're clicking right there with the left click, that's exactly how you shoot. Okay. So go back to the menu. And now let's go to the player settings. Let's get you a name on the leaderboard. So go ahead and highlight Marshall so you can delete Marshall, and then just go ahead and write whatever you want your name to be on the board. All right. All right, go ahead and set your player nick, that first button right there, and play the game. So now you can choose your character. This is Dion. In the middle on the bottom there, that's Brittany. And then on the right, that's Tyler.
Okay.
And then you can also change the color of your bike by clicking on those arrows next to the bike.
Okay.
You can change the color of your bike.
All right.
And then whenever you're ready, you just hit start.
Now I want y'all to all say, because I am not used to computer gaming, don't make fun of me as y'all watching this episode, all right? All right, I selected my color, my bike.
All right, go ahead and hit start. So here's my #1 recommendation. When the game starts, do not move. The reason being is because that car right there can hit you. That car right there can take you out.
Okay.
So everywhere you see an arrow, that's your safe zone. So let's start with trying to shoot the arrow that's directly next to your right. That's the same. You just got 5,000 points. You don't got no stars. You got 5,000 points.
Okay.
So anywhere there's an arrow is a safe zone. But if you accidentally hit a window or bust somebody's house open, they gonna come chasing after you. That's nerd rage right there.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and retry. That is rage nerd. So
okay.
Rage nerd, when you get 1 star, he's the one that's gonna come after you. But like I said, he's kind of heavy set. He like to stay home.
Yeah.
He like to chill on the couch. So he's not that fast.
Gotcha.
So if you keep moving, he can't catch you.
Okay.
So now my recommendation is go ahead and turn right. So like
right.
Hold W and tap D. Tap it. But hold W and tap D. There you go. Tap it. So I don't recommend holding.
Okay.
Don't hold D or A because it's very sensitive.
Okay.
So try not to hold D or A.
Yeah.
Because it'll have you turn in all which way and you'll get stuck and everything. So just hold W when you want to move forward, and when you want to move back, hold S.
Okay.
So try to hit those arrows right there. It's long range, as you can see, so you don't need to get all up on it, just for you to be able to hit. So go ahead and keep on going. So as you get closer to that building, you'll start to see some of those red targets. Those red targets are harder to hit, but they give you way more points. Boom, 10,000 points, just like that. Nice. So there are cars on the street, there are kids riding their scooters and bicycles, but the cars on the street, we call those, can I curse on your podcast? Can I curse on your podcast?
Yes.
All right, we call those asshole cars. Okay? So the asshole cars, they don't care about your life. Okay?
Yeah.
Them cars will hit you.
Oh,
they
like
just in their own path.
Yep. Okay. Kid too. The kid was just like, all right.
The kid don't care about your life either. But the kids and the folks that are just walking in the streets, they aren't gonna really hit you. It's the cars that you need to worry about. The cars, the dogs, the lawnmowers will hit you.
Oh.
And that's
he just
rage
came
nerd.
he just came out of nowhere.
He just come from behind.
Okay.
So you gotta see if you have a star. There's definitely gonna be somebody chasing you.
Gotcha.
So right now you have 1 star, and so Rage Nerd was chasing you.
Wow. Okay.
So like I said, Rage Nerd is kind of slow. If you keep moving, he won't catch you. But you weren't really moving.
Yes.
You gotta keep moving.
All right, y'all. I tried. I did not make the top 5, but I did get some points. I got some points, y'all.
Yes, you did. You had like 50,000. You was good.
I got 50,000. It looks like number 5 on the board had 286,000 with Rue, and our number 1 is Two Step with 881,000. So I got a little practice. I needed to get used to the controls on the keyboard, but yes, definitely pick up the Paperboy. And I'm gonna give y'all a little view of the booth and some of the stuff here, so y'all can definitely check it out.
So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will.
If this the land of the free, it was a freedom then, when they annexed Hawaii and called it Cedar Lands, without any type of payment and no signing off. Called themselves a republic in 1894. 1.2 million acres overtaken from the native Hawaiians. When they resisted, the West retaliated in violence and erasure. The Hawaiian language is banned as part of colonialism's plan to expand, yeah.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe as a part of their ongoing war with Asia. Used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. No work out for all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. We will.
So if we put Hawaii into perspective, well, Black and Asian history is interconnected. Considering the fight with the Pacific, then of course versus Asia, they was treated as a middleman for war, but didn't let the Western colorism run its course. Cause dark skin was a sign of dignity to core. The land was taken in the name of capitalism, when prior to it was an actual kingdom. Clap back at the system.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe as a part of their ongoing war with Asia. Used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. No work out for all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. We will.